bit of a makeshift setup while I'm back home for the weekend, but I want to get my thoughts on Black Panther to you guys as soon as I saw it, so here we go. I'm John Hayeck, and welcome to my movie thoughts. Black Panther. So this is the newest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe it's the 17th or 18th movie Marvel has brought us over the course of the past 10 years, and this focuses on the titular king Black Panther, aka T'Challa. He runs the country of Wakanda after the recent death of his father in Captain America Civil War. This movie picks up immediately after Captain America Civil War, and what happened in that film is, as I already spoiled for you guys, King T'Chaka passed away in an unfortunate bombing at the UN, and T'Challa is now put in his place as king of Wakanda. He needs to take over, while also manage the responsibilities of being the vigilante known as the Black Panther. And I'll tell you guys this, I was not one of those people who was like super hyped walking into this movie. I didn't know too much about Black Panther. I didn't know too much about the source material, or really kind of what to expect from the movie overall. I knew that I really liked Chadwick Boseman in the role. I saw him on Jimmy Kimmel when I went to the taping of that a couple weeks ago actually, and he seemed really passionate about the entire character and everything. So going into the movie, I heard really great critical reception to it. The trailers were cool. Again, nothing blew me away or anything, but I walked out thinking, yeah, that was amazing, because I'm a big fan of Ryan Coogler as a director. I loved what he did with Creed. I haven't seen Fruitvale Station, but I've heard only the best from that as well, and I was really anticipating his directing from this, even if nothing really else from the movie was super gonna stand out to me. And coming out of this movie, his directing is really what sold me on the entire project. The action sequences are choreographed in such a unique way that I was just completely blown away. There's this one sequence towards the very beginning of the film, you see it in the trailer, where Black Panther's trying to take down this this kind of like car lineup. He's trying to find somebody who's kind of on the spy mission and everything, and he takes down all these cars, and the way that it's edited is really, really interesting. These gunshots are going off, and you see like the shots edited between the gunshots. Like anytime a light bursts, it's kind of a new scene, and it's really interesting. There's this one casino type of sequence also in South Korea that I thought was choreographed in such an amazing way. Ryan Coogler knows how to direct action. It's not just like kind of Creed, like kind of one-shot style close-up action, but it's really well done, high-budgeted action as well, and I really like that. But the thing that makes this more than just a really well-directed action movie is the fact that it centers on T'Challa's character, and really what makes him tick, and really what makes him feel like he's kind of incompetent as a leader, because he's got big shoes to fill in the form of his father. He really wants to feel like he's living up to the legacy of his father, while also trying to make sure that he's doing what's right for the people of Wakanda. And I really admire that in a character. It's somebody who you feel like you can really project yourself into. And to counter him is the villain in this movie, Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. And a lot of people have been saying this is the greatest Marvel villain of all time. And I wouldn't disagree with them on that. I think he was an amazing villain, far better than what a lot of other Marvel movies have presented so far. And outside of like Loki or maybe Robert Redford's character in Winter Soldier, I would say he's probably the best villain we've had like ever. And I'll say this, in the first half of the movie, he wasn't in it all that much. And at that point, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really love him or not. And like, is he really the best Marvel villain ever? But the second half of the movie, he shines, man. He steals like almost every scene he's in. He was amazing. I really, really appreciate that. Andy Serkis is villainous in the movie as well, reprising his role as Claw from Avengers Age of Ultron. Martin Freeman from Captain America Civil War is back in the film as well, and he was really cool in his role, kind of doing some shady stuff as well. I really like the entire cast as a whole, actually. Denai Guerrero, I thought was great as kind of the head of T'Challa's security. I thought, what's her name? Letitia Wright was great as T'Challa's sister. You had a lot of great roles in there. Lupita Nyong'o was kind of the love interest. The entire cast was star-studded, and everybody played the role super well, no matter how much they were in the movie or not. My only other complaint with the movie is the writing was good. It progressed the story pretty well, but I do think there were a few lines that made me think, oh, that feels like it's kind of a movie line. Like there was one line at one point, somebody said, "Are you sure this is a good idea, T'Challa?" or something like that. And since they're doing like the Wakandan accents, any line they say really stands out and is very firm and direct. And when they say some of these lines that come across a little bit cheesy, I'm like, oh, it's coming across as firm and direct, but it really just sounds cheesy when they're saying it. Or it's like, oh man, I don't know if that's such a good idea, or something to that effect. And I'm like, oh, maybe you could have punched that up a little bit in the editing room. So besides a few lines I think could have used a little bit of punching up, and maybe including Michael B. Jordan as the villain a little bit earlier in the film, a little bit more often, I thought Black Panther was great. Really well choreographed action, awesome character piece, and an amazing cast. I thought that Black Panther was probably one of the best Marvel movies I've seen in the past few years. I don't know where it ranks in my overall ranking of the entire like film universe, but definitely in my top 10. I really liked Black Panther, guys. I really did enjoy it. I think you guys will as well. I'm gonna give it an A-. Be sure to let me know all of your guys' thoughts on Black Panther in the comment section down below. You guys can go over to mymoviethoughts.com, follow me on Twitter at JohnMHake, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for tons more posts from me as well. Links to all three of those are in the description down below. You guys can also like this video, comment on it, share it with some friends. I am John Hayeck, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching.